You are now listening to the most electrified and vilified podcast on the net, Hot Topics Podcast. Let's get this party started. Welcome, everyone, to our second episode of 2025.
Yes.
This is Hot Topics Podcast. I'm Psycho4081. And we have here...
I'm Lamb Chop.
Yes, Lamb Chop.
What? What?
Medium rare.
Oh.
Juicy.
I don't know how I became Lamb Chop. I don't even like freaking lamb chops. I know how I became Lamb Chop. Let me take, I'll take that back. I know how.
Lamb chop and pork chop.
Yes. Does pork chop know she's pork chop? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, I said pork chop for her because I know her for a long time too, right. And I know she likes pork chops.
Okay,
so
okay. That's
how I picked that up, and it kind of went
so
through.
How did Lamb Chop? Because that's the only thing left with chop.
No, because you was the smaller version. Lamb chops is a little.
All right, I got it. Sometimes I don't realize how small I am, and I looked at a picture recently with my husband and my youngest son, and I'm like, I am little. Aww. Or like I see, what was his name? I loved him. He died last year. Was it last year?
Comedian?
Yeah. Well, shit. How y'all doing? He got famous doing the. Well, he was always famous to me. Leslie Jordan, I think.
Okay, I don't know him.
Okay, he's a comedian. Little small gay white man, and he's 5 feet tall, and I'm 5 feet tall, and I saw him in a picture with somebody, and I'm like, am I that small? Well, I guess you are.
The funny thing is, you're an adult,
right?
And the thing that comes to mind is like, well, where you all, because women grow faster,
right? Okay.
Right? So, at what point did you know he was tiny?
Well, it's so funny because I remember my mother saying all the time, she was like, "You had a good growth spurt. I thought you were going to be tall because the women on my father's side are all 6 feet."
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, they're all tall, like 5'11" or 6 feet. They're all tall. And she was like, "You had a really good growth spurt, and I thought you were going to be tall." And then your grandfather, her father, came in and squashed it because he was about he maybe 5'5" if that much, really? And my grandma was like 5'7", 5'8". So yeah, the pictures of them are hilarious. She's dark skinned and taller, and he's light skinned and shorter and squatter. So it's funny.
How tall was your mother?
About 5'8".
You were shorter than your mother?
Yeah. Yes.
Now I can't recall that. I'm trying to think. Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
I think 5'7". Yeah, my sister's about 5'6".
So how'd you get 4'12"?
Yeah, you gotta ask Walter Horton because he was probably about that size and round and very round.
Speaking of Game of Thrones,
how did you jump that subject?
Because I was going to say
Tyrion.
No, what's her name? Sansa actually thought that Arya was not adopted, but was mistakenly given to him because she doesn't actually look like the rest of them.
That's true. True.
She looks like the Starks, and they look like the Tullys.
Right.
John looks like the Starks. So
yes.
They figured that, since she doesn't
maybe
act.
It was two of them. Maybe it was two Snows that we. Yeah. Yeah, well, you never know, and
that's what she
you
was
never
thinking.
know. Yeah, you don't know what's going to come out at the time, and for all of those women out there who see some handsome guy and go, "Oh, I want my baby to have his eyes," he may not. Keep that in mind.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you a story too when we're talking about family affairs.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna get to that later. But how are you doing today? How are you coping with the cold?
I am not well coping with the cold. Other than December and Christmas, I could skip winter. And I'm highly considering having my birthday in someplace tropical in 2025.
That's not bad.
I'm not doing well with the cold.
So for people who don't know, we live in Maryland, East Coast. There's been I think they said it was we call it La Nina.
Okay.
So we had this big cold front that came down from Canada. So it was snowing in Atlanta.
It was snowing everywhere.
Memphis,
places that normally don't get cold. Yeah.
Right. And then on the West Coast, we have the whole state of California just burning.
It's just burning.
Yeah, and
it's so sad.
And people saying that well, one of it was a child star, a British child actor. I'm sorry, that perished in a fire.
Oh my God! Yeah, I didn't know that.
Smoke inhalation or carbon monoxide. But they had some of the famous celebrities. Their houses were burned, and some sports people. They were talking about their childhood homes are burned, and I was like, people don't realize that California is a huge state.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you look at Los Angeles County. Los Angeles County has more people in the county than mostly all of the other states except for Texas, Florida,
wow,
New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Illinois.
Wow.
Right? In a county.
Wow.
Right? So
not the whole state, just that county.
Just that county.
Wow.
So you're looking at what they said it was like was it like 10,000, 20,000? It was a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Thousands and thousands of acres being burned. So I'm listening. I keep up with the political thing, and they had this senator or congressman, Republican, who said that they should not help California, give them any aid.
What?
Yeah, because unless somebody either gets charged or they do an inquiry, it was something stupid, right? And I thought about it. I said, do you know that California contributes probably way more than all of your red states together? Maybe not Texas. They contribute to the nation way more than they actually receive.
Oh my God.
But where are we?
These are people's lives.
Exactly.
Have we boiled down to the point that we are forgetting that these are actual people who live there? I mean,
not to mention, you could do a whole episode on the importance of California,
right,
to this country,
right, and to our economic growth.
Yes,
and, yeah.
And expect the food prices to go up again because California actually provides
more than oranges, people.
Oh my goodness, there's so much
produce
agriculture,
and
yes. So, but I thought that was like, where are we now? Where you getting these people who, and they come out, they're proud to say it.
Right.
Hey, we shouldn't give them, aid, and we got people's lives being lost,
right?
Their whole livelihood gone, and you're gonna say don't give them aid, and you was from a state that received aid.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, come on now. Just being a human being.
Yeah, and
just being a human being.
But that's what
people
we're missing.
Need help.
And that's what we're missing. And I hate to.
Yeah.
And I hate to point fingers.
This is the Trump era.
Yes. And instead of being the incoming leader, your whole thing is to spread more lies about why the fire spread and attack the governor of California.
Right.
Like, who does that?
Yeah. And it's not like he went out and struck the match. Like, come on now.
Now, I am wondering, are they going to find out how it started?
Do they find out? A lot of times they do.
That last time they found out, I was shocked.
Was it a camper or something?
It was somebody actually started. It was arson.
Jesus.
Yeah. But
y'all, oh my God.
Yeah, we it's like we're living in this kind of, I don't even say a dream world, but like a freaking nightmare or some type of TV show that that where the unbelievable is happening. Nothing should shock us now.
Yeah.
So
I'm still shocked. I just want to have faith in people as human beings, and
I would like to.
I know,
but the more I'm gonna say daily. It's not even like every year. Like daily, I come across things that people say, and what they believe or what they advocate for, and I was like,
right. And I've heard people say stars live out there, they got money. They're normal, everyday, hardworking people who are losing everything that they have.
Or the government, the government bailing them out. What about Florida? What about such and such? I'm like, first of all, you're spreading more lies.
Right.
I'm not going to say lies that they made, but they're false information.
Mm-hmm.
That Biden didn't take care of these places due to because of the floods or whatever. So why should California get it?
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
this is who knew that we in this country after all these years, what we've come from are regressing.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I never thought I'd see it. I always thought that, you know, just as the passage of time goes by, things would get better. We would make
you
more
would
strides.
learn more things. You would,
Yes.
you know, improve things.
Yes.
But yeah.
So yeah. Man.
Just, you know, if you can give. If you know, if things that you can do, you know, try to help. I'm just gonna say that and leave it there, because
Was it $48 billion worth of damage?
jeez, that's a number you just can't even put.
And
in your
by the
head.
way, here's another thing to think about. Insurance companies aren't going to pay it.
No,
I don't think they can.
no,
So
no. And I, you know, was talking to my husband this morning. I was like, it is not just the fires. Like, think about all the smoke and ash and all the other things that's migrating to the communities that aren't on fire, and all of those things that you're inhaling, and the environmental cost of this is going to be great. And it could be decades before trees grow again or things happen, you know. So it's just going to be a lot for a long time.
somebody put up a map. It was a picture of a map of California, and they were saying they ran out of water, and they put an arrow to the Pacific Ocean. I was talking to people from overseas, and I'm like, we get what we get because we're just not smart for the most part. And I'm listening. I was talking to a former coworker of mine, right? And because, you know, I post stuff on Facebook about different things and political stuff, and it's not really it's more or less government stuff. It's policies or whatever, and I get the responses from people who actually have a different opinion.
Which is good. That's a good thing.
It is, but you know the funny part about it, without putting his name out there, I thought it was kind of like the epitome of what's wrong with this country, right? So he said, I have access to anything that he does or have done. You know, we had a president, vice president, numerous senators, representative, judges, and so on, meaning black people. We've had, you know, representations in those places. And he says there are mayors of major cities and governors. Let's not forget all the positions of government or military. All have had black American influence. The division is continuing. We're talking about he says the division is continuing because people will not stop talking about it. Yeah. So their whole perspective is, you know, we have these problems in today because we keep talking about it. We keep bringing it up.
Shut up and dribble.
Yes, basically. You are dwelling on something that is not there. You need to get over the fact that you have darker skin pigment than I do. We all have red blood and put our pants on the same way. So, and I thought about it.
So why aren't you treating me that same way?
So in his circle,
in his tunnel vision.
Yes, and I told him that, you know, he thinks that everything is equal. Everybody has the same opportunities. There is no racism, and the only problems we have when it comes to the races is because
we keep bringing
it up. So it's like, oh.
Do you feel that way about people who talk about the Holocaust?
That was going to come up, you know, and I was going to, you know, say, you know, bring up to the, you know, reparations. Well, what do you think about the Japanese internment camps? Did they get reparations? Or about they're paying the Jewish people reparations, and they weren't even here, you know? So do you think that that's I was going to, you know, press him for certain things, and I sent him an article of what's the guy? He was in Amistad, and I think he was in, what's the name of that we just watched it not too long ago. Gladiator. He was in the first Gladiator.
Hunsu.
Yes. Yes. So there was an article that's saying that he was
Yasmin Hunsu. I never say his name right, but I know who you're talking about.
I just call him the Give Us Free.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I remember. But he was telling how he's been in all these movies, and I didn't know he was in a lot of
he's been in a lot of movies.
Blood Diamond, the whole nine. And he says, I'm still struggling financially.
What?
Yes. Yes. And I'm thinking, all right, so let me read this. So he's basically saying that he's very well underpaid, and it's because of and it started at a certain point. But he says because of racism and this and that, whatever, is always a second class. And you go back to some of the other actors and actresses.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
saying
Taraji P. Henson has been very vocal
Bingo.
about being paid less. She's a woman, for one.
Right. She got a double whammy.
Right. She got a double whammy, African American. So she's been very vocal about getting underpaid.
So
being underpaid.
I sent that to him. I'm, waiting for a reply to see it. Just because you have some examples of success,
right,
that doesn't mean that
that it's all over.
Right.
It's all gone.
Right. And it's not even realistic that that racism, bigotry, misogyny, that just automatically disappeared.
Sexism. Yeah, it's just a whole. You could go down a whole list.
So, and a lot of people think that because, now I would say a lot of people, one of the biggest people that said that was Mitch McConnell. And he said it on television, on an interview. It's like, there's no racism. You guys had a
black president.
Mm-hmm. Like, so, I mean, I'm thinking
one.
Like,
out of 40. What was he, 45? Okay, one.
No, he was 44.
44. Okay.
So I'm thinking like, and this is what people think. Like, it just because you got this, everything disappears. And then of course they say it, and people who follow them believe it. And this is why we have the problems we have.
Right.
Now, what I gave him some time. I said, I don't want to just say something back. I'm gonna say let me educate you on something.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, but give me some time so I can actually, address all your questions or your, whatever. So
and be reasonable and
yeah. And I'm not going to give him a lot of people think, just because I say a lot of anti-Republican stuff that I'm really big on one party. I'm a party, I'm not. I like, there's certain things I can criticize both parties with, but it just so happens that this particular party is like, front and center.
Right.
With cutting, aid and what just now they just said Medicaid, Social Security, in the Affordable Care Act.
All the places where people can't afford cuts, but they give tax breaks.
Bingo, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was going to mention all that to him and say, listen, this is the situation. You have a example of racism there, and if it's more a problem of you guys don't want to be educated on it. You want to stay in the dark. I said, you rather be unaware and vilify the word woke just so you don't have to learn all the things that goes on because maybe it makes you uncomfortable or whatever.
I think they know. And they just don't want to admit that, this was wrong and we should do something about it.
I think
they know.
A great deal of them don't know. Not because it's more or less you can convince yourself not to believe something.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And I think that's...
And if enough people say it, enough people believe it, which is kind of sad.
Bingo.
It's very sad.
But...
that's don't give me a headache today.
That will be a whole different topic. I'm going to bring some other people in on that one.
Okay.
Like I said,
that sounds good.
I'm just so... And I shouldn't be shocked, but I'm just kind of like... bewildered that certain people have those thoughts.
Yes.
And I expect some people like the hillbillies or something along those lines.
Did you say hillbillies?
Yes.
Stop
I'm stereotyping.
It.
No,
Stop
I'm specifically talking about some people who are just don't value education. That you get what I'm saying?
Yes, but don't classify a group of people. Just
no. I'm not. I'm specifically talking about hillbillies.
I want you to stop saying that. That's what I'm saying. Wrong? Yes, yes, it is wrong.
So to my former coworker, that I call a hillbilly all the time, I take it back, but you know what I mean.
There are some derogatory terms on the other side of the fence.
Yeah,
too,
but I don't think hillbilly's a derogatory.
Okay, so in your mind, when you say hillbilly, what picture comes?
What's that movie with Burt Reynolds?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Deliverance. Those are hillbillies. We actually have legitimate hillbillies in this country. They're people that are live in the hills. That's why they would call hillbillies. Right. That were separated from whatever. You had a lot of incest. Those are documented things.
Okay.
And to the point that some of them had an actual family, a whole family that were that their skin was blue.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Are you making this up?
I swear it's. I'll look at it. I'll even show you to you right now. It's in. I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is that a lot of people feel like hillbilly is a derogatory term. That's all I was saying.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, in this day and age, everybody wants to say something derogatory. Own it. If you call me whatever, that you know is a derogatory term, that's something different. But own it. Sometimes if you want to call me a ghetto child. Yeah, I grew up in a ghetto.
Well, I was a ghetto child,
yeah, exactly.
so it's not that that's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Exactly.
I was a ghetto child,
yeah.
so
if you call me a kid from the projects, okay, I'll own that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get into this computer.
Because they don't want you to look up blue families. That's why.
No, but all right. So for
the hills have eyes.
It is it exactly. Good call. They didn't come up with that for no reason.
Oh my.
Blue skin people. Boom. Let's see. And no.
We're not talking about avatars. You know, I could not watch that movie because they just look so weird to me. I couldn't watch it.
They got another one coming out, by the way.
The third one?
Yes.
I couldn't do it.
Yes, and I think they might have
their whole face looked like they had Down syndrome and the blue skin, and I couldn't do it.
They're called the Fugates, commonly known as the Blue Fugates or the Blue People of Kentucky. Our ancestral family living in the hills of Kentucky. They had blue skin through the generations of inbreeding. See, I didn't make that up.
Wow. There's an actual picture and everything.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. And it tells you about their ancestry, whatever, started 1820. Both carries a recessive gene. As a result, 4 of their 9 children exhibited blue skin. And then obviously the gene pool was limited to local. And yeah, descendants with the gene continued to live near Troublesome Creek and Ball Creek in the 20th century. They eventually came to the attention of a hematologist, and they
studied them.
Yes, but
wow, okay.
See, you'd be surprised what's out there.
Yeah,
pick up all this information at 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's why you don't sleep. You looking at all of these shenanigans. I think I've seen this person on a TV show or something. It
could have been.
Or maybe like a talk show or something.
And look at, there's a family there. It's like, but
3 blue people.
4 blue people. She looked like a ghost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blue people, 3 regular colored.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh my. Well, okay. Learn something new every day.
I've been delivered.
Y'all, family, I'm gonna fight him. I try to help him. I try to keep him in check.
Hey,
I try.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what's out there.
Listen, you are wearing your Steelers t-shirt, and you always start out when they win, letting us know that they win.
Yes,
they won.
Yes, they did. They know they lost.
So I'm not a football fan, but I need to say this because he always says it for the Steelers. The Ravens won yesterday, y'all. Just want to put that out there.
Yes, for you people in Baltimore, the Ravens did beat the Steelers. They finally beat us. Second time this year. Mm-hmm. This was an important game. The other one really this is important. This is when to go home.
See, I don't know. I said, I don't even follow it. But for some reason yesterday, I kept flipping the show that I was watching. I kept flipping it back and forth, and I was like, why am I following this? But mostly because I wanted to come in here and say today that they won.
Let me tell you, the reason why the Steelers lost is my fault.
Why is it your fault?
Because
you didn't have your underwear on backwards or your hoodie or.
They showed it on Amazon Prime, right? And I was noticing they just didn't have the fire. They just everything was just wrong, right? And I noticed when the Amazon went out because it kept blinking in and out, so always on crucial times. But when I come back, they would score. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me stop watching. So I stopped watching and started just getting the updates on my phone. So they was, now they got 2 touchdowns and they was moving the ball and whatever. And I was like, man, you know what? It just ran out of time. So I'm going to take that L for you guys. I know, I know what the deal is next time.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I have no clue what it meant. None
of
that.
It was a good game. And I would say the Ravens played a really good game. Lamar Jackson played an outstanding game, and he deserves the MVP for this year. This will be his third, I believe.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's humble. He's a humble guy. I always liked
that's
him.
Nice. That's nice.
And it might be because when he got drafted, we had that pick. And I was watching the draft, and I just knew we was going to pick him.
Oh, you mean the Steelers was going to pick him?
And I was like, we going to get him, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And we didn't get him. So I said, all right, no big deal, because I'm usually wrong on the draft anyway. So and I'm glad he never listened to me. But yeah, he's had a lot of growth this year.
Oh,
I still hate the Ravens, but I will give kudos where they belong. They have a good team, and they've come together at the right time.
Okay. Now, did you move here with Steelers in your blood?
Oh, yes.
Did we have the Ravens when you got here?
Let me tell you another reason why I don't like the Ravens. All right, so when I was looking for a place to stay where I was going to get a job, and I was considering all these different places, and I was like, wait a minute, Baltimore, I can probably get the Steelers home games, because last time I came up in this area, everybody was Steelers down. I went skiing. I went, whitewater rafting or something. It was whitewater rafting, right? And I was like, this was Steeler country. So when I applied to all the different jobs, I said, all right, I'm gonna take Baltimore. It's closer to home. I can get the Steeler home games, right? Yeah. I can see the things on TV. And the year I got here, they got the Ravens. So that was one. They got the Ravens, and they cut me out of my home games. Then, two, you know what color I don't like the most out of all colors?
No.
Purple.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I don't like purple.
Love that color.
They get a team, and then I said, all right, well, I never lived in a city permanently where we had our own team. Where I was from, our area teams was, the Eagles or the Jets, Giants, or whatever. And I said, all right, so I'm in Baltimore. This is going to be my permanent home.
Right.
We're getting a team. I'm gonna see if I might
support
the home team, right? And they come out with this team with an ugly logo. I don't know if you remember the first logo.
I don't follow.
It was ugly.
I don't know.
It was ugly that they changed it. So, and they got a team that had purple.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, the stars are lining up for me to stay a Steelers fan and hate on the Ravens. So yeah,
no,
here we
I
are.
love purple, and I love purple and black. So
I like purple on the Joker. I like purple on Prince.
Really?
I like purple on grapes.
Really?
Not on any football.
Oh my God!
Any sports team.
Purple is regal.
No.
Yes.
That's what they say. But purple, I don't think belongs on any male sports team. So I don't like any team that has purple.
Are there other teams that have purple? I don't know.
The Minnesota Vikings, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So different teams.
Okay.
But I don't like any team that has purple.
Okay.
So that's just me.
I'm sorry.
So, but anyway, good luck to the Ravens for the rest of the playoffs. I'm saying it because I'm doing a podcast. I don't believe that.
Well, I'm going to say good luck.
I hope
we
y'all
don't care
lose the
about
next
his
game.
luck. We gonna win.
I hope y'all lose the Buffalo Bills next game.
I don't even know who half of these people are. I'm just trying to be yay team.
It is good. I know. I understand. Like you want to root for the home team and this and that.
Right.
Oh, let me tell you another one. So when the Ravens won the Super Bowl the first time, this was back in
2000.
Was it 2000? Might have been.
I don't know.
So I was working. And I remembered because when they won, people did so many dumb things.
I'm sure they did.
Shooting, and this one time, it was a bullet that actually came through the top of a van.
Oh, no.
And almost hit a baby that was in the back seat.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, luckily, it got trapped in the netting.
Oh, my God.
Right? So I said, you know what? That day, I said, I hope the Ravens never win another nothing.
Don't curse us like that.
Well, because...
But people do that New Year's too, and I'm just like, stop doing that. Like bullets have to go someplace. Stop doing that. It's not like the air's carrying them away, like a balloon. Like, stop doing that. I hate when people do that.
And they always do it.
They always do it every year. And I really, when we first moved to our neighborhood, we've been there forever. I didn't realize how many guns my neighbor had. Neighbors. Neighbors. Yes.
Oh wow.
Until New Year's that year, they have lots.
New Year's, 4th of July, and whenever their home team wins something.
Yep. And I think people don't realize too, and this is kind of my soapbox, that it's disturbing for dogs and
veterans, yes,
and veterans. Yeah, that was my other thing. So please just be conscious of that.
People don't, they're just not, they don't think about certain things, and even though the people who do, because they hear it, because people say it every year, they don't care.
Yeah, it's just hard. That's pretty much what people think. If it doesn't affect them,
they don't care.
They don't care. Like them not wanting to give aid to people in California because it's not affecting them.
Right.
But let me say this. Karma will get you.
Well,
she will come for you.
Speaking of karma, remember when we was talking about the pandemic? So we never really got to do our full episode, right? And we were talking about the I don't want to say BLM virus, but it's H.
Oh my gosh, I heard it on TV the other day, and I said I was going to write it down so I will remember next time we talked about it. But it was HM and something.
Yeah.
It had,
well,
bird flu.
Well, no, it wasn't the bird flu. It was a different one.
Okay.
When we was talking about, we was trying to see if the H1N or HN1
was the flu.
Was the bird flu.
Right, but that's just a regular flu.
That's
HN1.
Another one.
Okay.
So now, things always start in China. So I got.
Wonder why that is.
I'm gonna have to watch you.
Why you got? Oh, see. Oh no, he did not go there.
Louisiana patient is the first to die of bird flu in the U.S. Health officials say. So now we have to worry about the bird flu that's coming around. That's another reason why eggs went up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So they said they was hospitalized with severe respiratory symptoms, and announced the death on Monday. Yeah. So the person was, I guess they tracked the age, older than 65, and had underlying medical problems.
Right.
They did a genetic analysis and suggested the bird flu virus had mutated inside the patient, which could have led to the more severe illness. Now, which is alarming because if you have it in you and it mutates inside you and you pass it to somebody else, you're always going to be behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
So we have two things that we have to worry about coming up. And
yeah, it's always something. And wash your hands.
That's underrated.
It really is. Wash your hands using soap. I told you, the nurse told me that even if the water is cold, as long as you use soap, not hand sanitizer, you have to wash your hands with soap.
And that's another thing. People are actually using the hand sanitizer without washing their hands too.
Yeah.
They think that kind of covers it, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't.
So in the international news, we have I don't know if you've been following it.
I have not.
Okay, so this is funny. This is kind of funny, but it's not funny. So we have the president-elect coming in. He hasn't even taken office yet, right?
Oy.
So he's already starting to alienate our allies. Jeez. So he says he wants to buy Greenland from, and I don't have no problem with that. Yes. If they want to sell it to you, you want to buy it. Yes. We'll take Greenland. Any other place that if they want to sell it at a fair price, whatever. So he wants to buy Greenland, and that's owned by it's governed independently, but it's kind of a part of Denmark.
Okay.
Which is a NATO ally.
Okay.
So they said no to him this time and the last time when he was president. So he also mentioned Panama.
Yeah,
Panama
and buying Panama Canal. Yeah.
Panama says no.
Right.
We operate that, and we're going to operate
continue
this.
Right.
So they asked him, "Well, are you going to rule out military or force?" He refused to do it. Right. So now you're alienating your NATO allies with the whole Greenland thing, and then our neighbor to the north and our neighbor to the south. You keep calling them. Maybe we should annex you and make you the 51st state. Right. That's first of all, that's unstatesmanlike. That's insulting.
Right.
You're
right.
So,
oh Lord, it's gonna be a long 4 years.
And like I said, this is now before he even takes office. NATO had now removed. I'm trying to remember. They removed the U.S. from control of whatever.
Oh my God!
In anticipation,
because they know he's coming in.
Yes. So
nobody wants any of this shenanigans. Other countries are looking at us like y'all a bunch of idiots, and we don't want any parts of whatever it is that y'all doing over there.
Well, Germany and France already gave the U.S. a warning, or I wouldn't say a warning, but they I guess I can call it a warning, but they have some statements for them, So
I feel like when I travel, I should wear a shirt that said, I didn't vote for him. Like, please don't be mad at me. It wasn't me.
Go get you a Canadian t-shirt.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Nobody hates the Canadians.
Right. I can't do a Switzerland t-shirt. They might look at me like, oh, I don't know about that.
No,
that don't look right. You know what?
You could do Switzerland.
The hair not straight enough. They look at me sideways like, I don't think that's right.
We are like in some crazy times, and I'm just watching and looking and saying, this is what you voted for. This is what you guys dismissed everything else about, So definitely had to speak on that. And, some people are still, defending him. Like, well, did you know that Carter sold the Panama Canal back for $1? It was symbolic. They was giving the Panama Canal back to the Panamanians.
Right. Where it belonged.
Yeah, we built it. Yeah, but it's still their country.
Their country, right.
So,
and you are not going to besmirch his name. You're not going to do it. I'm going to tell everybody, stop it right now.
They tried.
They tried. No. Stop it.
All right, so now we're speaking. I'm glad you mentioned that. So just to see what we have. At the funeral, they, Mike Pence's wife refused to shake his hand. Obviously, because
refused to shake whose hand?
Trump's hand.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't blame her.
You tried to get her.
Step
her
up, girl.
Killed,
yes, I don't blame her. I ain't mad.
So he was seated next to Obama. Obviously, they were.
I didn't even watch.
They were chatting it up.
Don't say nothing to me. You good. You good. Because I match energy, and you wanted me kicked out. You called me all kind of names. No, don't say nothing to me.
But that was an indication of all that was said. I don't think Bush spoke to him either, because when he was walking, he kind of, he tapped Obama in the chest, and he walked over, whatever. But I don't think he talked to, Trump. But when everybody stood up and put their hands over their heart when the body came through, out of that whole group of former presidents and whatever, guess who was the only two that did not do it? Take a wild guess.
Please tell me he at least stood up.
They stood.
But they didn't put their hand over the chest. That's it would have been a nation's disaster if Obama did that.
Exactly.
It would have been the end of the world.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna have a good year.
It's gonna be a long.
I would say good year.
It's gonna be a long 4.
We're gonna have plenty of information to talk about. I can tell you that.
It's gonna be a long 4.
Listen,
I wouldn't have shook his hand either. I'm with her. And I'm sorry, Obama. He's so gracious.
Yes,
he really is, and I respect him for that.
After you just talked about my wife,
but I am pissy Polly and bitter Betty, and I would not have had one thing to say to you.
Yeah, that's
nothing.
I like the fact that they were cordial, but like I said, I do the wife thing. Okay, if you try to get my husband killed.
You said I'm my husband. Nothing.
Bush, he didn't invite him to his father's funeral.
Right,
so they have reasons.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but whatever.
No, go away. No, don't say shit to me. I'm sorry.
Now, in other news, there's more or less. There's going to be a whole bunch of good news. You heard of the Oath Keepers?
Yes.
All right. So, Oath Keepers leader is a former Las Vegas police detective who welcomed race war.
I saw that. You sent that to me. Yeah. I saw that. Oh.
So, a man allegedly in control of a Utah-based spinoff of the far-right anti-government Oath Keepers group is reportedly a former Las Vegas police detective who once spoke approvingly of becoming race war and revolution inside the U.S. Now, if you recall, in North Carolina, I think it was Wilmington, they got the couple of those officers was talking on their computers back and forth to each other.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, they pulled them out. They were saying the same thing about, racist stuff about the people that they was, handling.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Oh, they fired now?
Oh, yeah, okay. They had to be. But. How did they get through?
Yes, that was my question. You read my mind. How do you pass all the tests? But I guess you can say whatever.
No. Here's my thing. And somebody asked me about this, and I gave a middle of the road response, trying to look at it in both ways. if you grew up in a certain area, you had certain beliefs, right? Let's say you never came across somebody from a different culture, religion, whatever. They can ask you, have you ever, or how you feel about, if you never had any interaction, you can slip through the cracks. Why would you have any hatred toward a certain group that
if
you never
interacted with?
Right. You only saw them on television.
All the time. People do all the time.
They do. But that's one way. But also, how are they going to filter people through? And the people who are doing the filtering or the hiring feel the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And, people always, and people know what to say.
Yeah.
It's like police officers go, every police officer in every jurisdiction, I'm certain, they say, well, why do you want to be a police officer? And
serve and protect.
They say, everybody said, I want to help people.
The community. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Everybody says the same thing. So either the police department is going to have to do a way better job or change up the strategy on filtering police officers out.
Right.
That's going to be a difficult thing. And, it was 1, 2, 3. So 3 officers, right? Out of 1 million officers.
Yeah.
Everybody don't get caught on the first time.
You're right. You're right. Or ever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
right.
And it just occurred to me too, like, not just occurred to me, but in my interactions with certain police officers that are active, currently employed or retired, just in the conversations and groups on social media and stuff like that, it occurred to me, like, what they really think.
Yeah.
And how they really think. Yeah. So when this came out, I was not surprised at all.
Right.
And I was shocked when I first heard it, because there was people I knew that was like, I knew they do a good job. And they, I thought they did a good job and, whatever. But after some of the things that I've seen with the whole January 6th thing, there were police officers there.
Yeah.
I no longer doubt that people who swear oath or entrusted with certain things, that they wouldn't hesitate to help take the country down or change it to whatever. Right. Military personnel.
Yeah.
So I was highly disappointed.
Right.
I'm a military person.
Right.
I knew they had racist people in the military, but when it comes down to it, you think everybody's going to stand up for what's right, or
you hope that was happening.
You hope now,
and you have to remember too that so maybe this is a young kid who never really had any interactions with African American people, or any other kind of people.
Right.
No, I'm not just that. Get into this group of other people, you take on some of the beliefs of your group. Yes. And I don't care what people say, like, no, you can be a free thinker. You take on some of the beliefs of your group. And that's why you tell your kids, don't hang out with him.
Right.
I don't like how he acts, or I don't like the things that he does or say. So, you could take this young kid who really hasn't had a lot of world or life experience with different people and different cultures, pull them up in your group and say, listen, this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to treat people. Right. And now you start indoctrinating other officers into your beliefs.
And I think naturally, I don't care how smart or dumb your friends are, you're going to learn from them something.
Yeah.
You're going to learn from anybody you have an interaction with.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. You either learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Well, all the time you learn a lesson. The time you learn a lesson. But sometimes it could be a good lesson. Sometimes not so good.
And I'm going to tell you, the episode we had last year called Hypocrisy 911 was specifically about law enforcement's perspective. And it was really, the glaring thing was the hypocrisy of, it's okay for this person to do this, but this person can't.
Right. Right.
So we're going to have to follow up on that as well.
Yeah, we'll revisit that.
Because I'm definitely side-eyeing.
We so got off track. Were we supposed to talk about food and things today? We might have to make that another episode.
We'll talk about. This is when we talked about the state of the union, basically. It's the state of American society
and sports
for
a little bit, and me being short. And DNA, how DNA works.
Let me throw one more thing in there. Kind of get off this topic, but
we've been off a topic all day.
It's going to be, we call it how Grayson said, a hosh posh.
A hosh posh. A mishmash.
Scientists discover concerning new source of forever chemicals in drinking water.
Forever chemicals?
Yes. So you know how people flush. They tell you don't do it, but they flush
medicine. Yes.
So they're finally figuring out that some of these medicines, these compounds, these chemical compounds, do not get filtered out of the drinking water. Yes.
Gasp and swoon.
Yeah, so imagine you're talking about all types of stuff like birth control.
Everything.
Yeah.
People flush all kind of, ain't nobody flushing painkillers. So I'm going to take that back. But there have been incidents that may have happened. But people flush all kind of stuff.
Yeah, so that's
and
something
think
to worry
about this too. Like, and I used to, I still do it because I don't know what else to do with it. After I mop my floor, I put the dirty water in the toilet. Like, what else am I supposed to do with it?
Yeah.
I don't want to throw it out in the yard. So those things too.
Well, they said there's about 15,000 of them.
1,000.
Known as PFAS or perfluoroalkyl. I know I'm messing it up. Or polyfluoroalkyl substances, right? So yeah.
Well, that's a little bit scary. It really is.
Speaking of which, too, let's add some more on this. The new study came out that linked alcohol consumption to cancer.
Oh, I'm not surprised about that at all. I'm not surprised by that. Not at all.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they would even allow that to come out, since alcohol is big business in this country.
That is not gonna stop anybody from drinking. I guarantee you.
Oh no,
it's not gonna stop us all. I absolutely don't drink as much wine as I used to. Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess depending on what day of the week it is.
I haven't actually taken a drink in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't. I have recently because it was holiday season and I got wine for Christmas. So
you did?
Oh, my daughter-in-law gets me good wine.
What she get you? She got you good the expensive stuff.
The wine she got me the wine that I like. The what?
Okay. The $14 bottles.
Stop talking to me. No, actually, the wine that I do drink is only about $15 or $16.
Okay.
But let me tell you, I went to a restaurant one time and had this wine that was so good, and I asked the guy about it. No, I won it. I won the bottle of wine, and I went to the store and I asked the guy. I was just like, I had this bottle of wine. It was so good. Can you show it to Total Wine? Shout out to Total Wine. It's everything. So the guy was just like, oh, yes, over here. And I was just like, did that say $65?
Wait, Total Wine is the name of the brand?
Total Wine is the name of the store.
Oh, the store. Okay.
Which is everything. If you've never gone, please do. It was $65.
For a bottle of wine?
For a bottle of wine. And I was just like, can you show me something that's kind of like that, but not that? And Total Wine has experts. So he was like, oh, absolutely. And showed me this list of wines that were close. You know, they weren't as good, but they were close. So yeah. But my daughter-in-law buys me good wine.
So I learned, this is not that long ago, I learned that when you go into a wine, liquor store, or whatever, spirits, that for me, when I go select, I'm going to be doing the kneeling.
Oh, I hate you so much right now. Stop buying them dusty ass bottles of wine that nobody buys.
When I learned recently what they actually meant by top shelf.
It's actually top shelf.
And I will not be reaching. So yes.
Oh my God. No, I
like them $4.99 bottles of wine.
And that's just giving me a headache just thinking about it. No, like my favorite is Chateau Saint Michelle.
Ooh.
I like dry. It's dry, and
that's the worst.
it's only about $16. And then I started with my cousin got me into Apathetic brand. And that's red, and those reds are really good because I'm iffy with reds. One of them it's a few of them. Like it's the dark one is everything. The dark one is, and that one's hard to find. And that one's pretty dry. But they have a red blend and they have a rosé that's pretty good. Okay. So yeah, they have a couple.
Dry wine tastes like cork to me. It's liquid cork.
I don't like sweet wine. And I will go occasionally for a sweet drink if it's frozen.
Like Wild Irish Rose.
Ooh, I think I just turned green. Let me tell you, the first time I got drunk, it was Thunderbird. And if I smell Thunderbird, I would think I will hurl.
Funny enough, that's sometimes they get that overseas. When I was overseas,
I
was in Scotland. Now, there's kids in there. I was like, well, what are you guys drinking? And she pulled the little bag down. It was Thunderbird. I was like, what? Thunderbird? She's like, yeah, and they were young. And it's like, nobody cares. We drink.
Well, they have a different attitude
Yeah.
about children drinking in
Yeah.
other countries. They really do. They have a very different attitude, and it's not a big deal to them.
Definitely not.
It's
In
not
no
a big
type of
deal.
way.
They do. They have a different attitude about how they drink, and maybe it's something in that because I don't know. They seem to have a different appreciation than we do here.
Yeah. Well, you gotta figure like a lot of those people, it was like a traditional custom to actually have wine, or I call it at dinner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because they even Jon Snow was 14, and he was sipping.
Yeah, they drank wine because they were scared of the water, which was probably a good thing since they was shitting in it. So-
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Drink the alcohol.
Yeah.
It was much safer.
Oh my god.
Now with food, all right. I asked a question online,
Okay.
social media, like, because I was hungry at the time. I said, well, hey, I'm hungry. I really feel like some honey glazed salmon and some rice and asparagus.
Oh, that sounds good.
So I said, what do you guys out there? One, what do you eat the most? Mm-hmm. And also, what is your best meal that you cook?
Okay.
So most of my followers on that social media, the thing was was from Africa.
Okay.
So they have this thing called ugali,
Okay.
which is like something made out of rice flour, almost like I don't want to say cream of wheat, but we say, just imagine grits.
Okay.
That's grinded real fine.
Okay.
And eating it, like, so they'll eat that and they'll use that with eat it with something else, like a vegetable or maybe a side of meat.
Okay.
So over there, their main dish. No, what do you say? The thing that's the main, like, how
The
we have
entree.
the meat. It's usually a meat and you have two sides.
Right.
Right. So,
But it's the reverse in most
Yes,
countries. The
yes.
meat is the side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was one, and then another one was rice.
Yeah.
So everybody
Yeah.
eats rice, So I was like, okay, I could see that in those particular countries, and jazz it up with some,
Right.
whatever. But as far as the meat goes, you ever had boiled fish?
No.
That was one dish.
Like boiled, like a soup.
Yeah.
Boiled. Okay. Mm-mm.
Boiled, and they had let's see. Oh, here's one, potato leaf.
Okay.
That's big. That's big in West Africa.
Which
So,
is?
The leaves of the potato plant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
okay.
so we, the collards and stuff like that.
Right,
The-
right.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and they got something that's called cassava. So,
Is that a bean?
it's the
I'm thinking of fava beans.
fava, not fava.
No, cassava.
Cassava, yeah.
Like cassava,
Like, yeah, it's a
not with a B.
I believe it's a root.
Okay.
And it's the leaves of the root.
Okay.
So like that's like saying that we had carrot leaves or whatever.
Right, or
Yeah.
turnip leaves.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is turnip greens, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So that was something that they all had in common.
Okay.
But for you, I'm gonna ask you the question.
Okay.
What would you say is your best meal
That I
you
cook?
make? Yes.
I don't know. I really don't know.
SpaghettiOs.
You know
You know
what? Although I ain't gonna lie, I saw the Pioneer Woman make homemade SpaghettiOs, and I thought about it because
really?
I was a big SpaghettiOs fan.
Oh, I used to love
was just
SpaghettiOs.
I used to love SpaghettiOs, and I was like, oh man, I can make this homemade. I might think about that. I really don't know, to be honest, because I mean, I don't profess to be a great cook. They survived. They still surviving. It can't be horrible. They still eating it. So
Who's home? Call them up.
See, Michael's probably out.
And ask him.
I'm not calling
Call
him.
him and ask him. Say, what is the best thing?
I'll tell you on the next pod.
So,
I'm not calling him.
now, for me,
I make Italian food a lot. I make a lot of ziti, spaghetti,
Okay.
lasagna.
all the heavy calories.
Yes,
and everything.
the horrible things.
As Americans, we eat
Fried fish,
very unhealthy.
very unhealthy.
But I love some fried fish.
Yeah,
Some
I'm a fried
and
fish
grits.
today. You know, and you're about to take my black card. I do not like
she don't like
grits.
Oh Lord,
I do
have
not
mercy.
like grits. I will eat cream of wheat,
Okay.
but I don't like grits. Now, with that being said, when we went to Savannah, Jeff got shrimp and grits, and that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But they were cooked a long time, and they had a lot of butter in them.
So if you get the shrimp and grits or fish and grits, whatever. So there's different types of ways of doing it. And in the South, they do it in a way better way.
Right, right.
So you might have a little sauce in it, like a
red
it had
sauce, a sauce on it,
or cream sauce. You might have like peppers, onions.
Yeah.
There's a place down in I think it's PG County, Montgomery County. That's called Kitchen Cray. And it's Kitchen Cray. Cray's with a K.
Okay.
Let me tell you, they had this mac and cheese that they had down there, and they put like a fried lobster tail in there. But they had the same thing with the grits,
right?
The shrimp and grits and lobster with a big old lobster tail in there, and it was so good. Okay. Oh my goodness! But they put all types of stuff in there to jazz it up. So even if you're not a grits lover, but it's kind of like they add stuff in there and makes it.
It's not
like the consistency.
It's the consistency and the fact that you could eat grits at 8:00 in the morning, and at 3:00 in the afternoon, you're like, what is that in the back of my? I'm still
you got
pulling
3 grits
out of the back of my, it's the consistency. I'm just not a fan.
So let me tell you, there's a place down the street on Ricestown Road in Northern Parkway. Right, it's actually on Ricestown Road. It's called Choi's Fish Market.
Oh, you like that fish market? Yeah.
Oh my God, they got the best fish in Baltimore. So you guys, they got the best fried fish in Baltimore. So, and I cheat, right? So I'll go down there and get a couple. So give me 3 large.
Okay.
Salt and pepper. And then I'll come back in. My kids love it. And I'll get me instant grits because I'm too lazy to make the regular grits and put it together. It is so good.
Yeah, I'm just not a grit person.
I'm gonna start eating more cornbread too.
I'm starting to think about what I make well, and I can't come up with anything. But I'm gonna think about it. I'll think. All right,
so
I will.
What do you eat the most? Like if you had to pick one vegetable, fruit, grain, meat, or whatever, what is the one thing that you consistently say you eat the most?
Oh, wow. I don't know, because I eat a whole bunch of stuff all the time. My girl dinner, and I eat my girl dinner a lot. I have a couple of them. It's usually like cheese and fruit, and maybe a couple of pieces of turkey or something like that, and crackers.
You're not talking about the sliced turkey?
Yeah, I'm talking about like the turkey.
Okay, deli turkey.
Deli turkey.
Okay.
That's my girl dinner, one of my girl dinners. And then the other girl dinner, I have hummus.
Now, why you say girl dinner?
You don't know what girl dinner is?
No.
It was this whole movement about.
I thought all dinner was girl dinner.
You know what?
You
no.
make
Don't make me fight you. It was this whole movement about, women will put together the randomest things, and it'll be their dinner.
Okay.
And days that like if my husband's not coming home, like he's working a double, or my son, he cooks his own food, I will make girl dinner. Okay. So one of my girl dinners is hummus, pita, olives, and feta cheese. That's another one. I usually have wine with that one.
Okay.
So I will eat those in rotation a lot.
You like olives?
I love black ones.
Okay.
I love them. I love olives. So yeah, my girl, then I eat those in rotation a lot.
Oh, by the way, Christmas Eve. Was it Christmas Eve? Yeah, Christmas Eve. I was dropping my son off, and there's a food truck. It's a Middle Eastern food truck over at the Ricestown Road Plaza.
Oh,
right. They're right at the top of the in front of, I guess, not Giant, a little next to Giant, but it's at the top of the lot. So they just happened to be open on New Year's Eve, and I said, let me grab something because I'm kind of hungry, and things are going to close early. So they didn't have a lot of things, so it was late, almost Christmas actually. And he said, well, we have chicken wraps, a grilled chicken wrap. Oh, I said, I'll take that, whatever. And they hooked it up, had some type of cabbage in it, cucumbers, tomatoes, the sauce, whatever.
Yeah, I would eat that.
Let me tell you, that thing was huge. First of all, it was huge. Like, if I had to say the diameter was probably about 5 inches.
Wow.
Right? The meat was seasoned so well. Like when I was driving and eating, right? So when I opened it up, and the meat was just like hanging out, and I was just picking the meat out, and it was like, oh my God, this meat is so. I mean, they really put that foot in it.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you get a chance to go over there,
I would definitely go over there.
And it's probably going to be for you. It's probably going to be like 2 meals.
Okay,
because you can.
That's fine. Yep, I'm game for that.
Oh, and then
I love 2 meals. Grape leaves is one of my favorite Mediterranean things, but I can't.
Leaves?
Grape leaves, they are so good. It's like rice, some kind of rice thing in the middle, and it's an actual grape leaf, and it's wrapped.
Okay, I did hear about that.
And I haven't really been. I used to get them from Egyptian Pizza, and I haven't really been able to find them anywhere else. But I love them. And Moby Dick's had some, but they weren't as good as grape leaves. It's an actual grape leaves. It's rice. I don't think it's any meat. Okay. I think it's rice and seasoning and something else. Okay. I'm not sure. It may be meat. They are just so stinking good. I love them. And I am a food adventurous. I will try most things. Okay. Like, let me say most, because I'm not big on the innards of the animal. I'm not a gizzard, chitlin kind of person.
I used to love them when I was younger.
Yeah, I can't do it now. Well, when I was younger, my grandmother used to make kidney stew. And it was beef kidneys from a cow. Really? Yes. And it was good, and we ate it. Potatoes and the kidneys, and I want to say maybe a little bit of sausage or something else was in it. And we ate it, and it was delicious. I would not eat it now.
What, is it a white sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like potato soup with chunks of meat in it. That's what it looks like. And that's not something I would eat now.
So I'll tell you, I do like when I used to make my own gravy from the turkey, whatever. So I would boil the innards. Yeah. And I would chop them joints up, put it in my gravy. I
would boil it and take it out. Giblets. Yeah, that's what they call it, giblets. Let me tell you, the first time I washed a turkey, I was like, I'm not putting my hand down a turkey butt. Ew, I'm not doing that. And my mom was like, you already cleaned the other side. This is his neck. Like, oh.
Wait, but did you see the video with the little boy? They had him cleaning the turkey. They were trying to show him how to actually cook it. And he reached in, he was pulling out. He said, "What is this?" he thought it was the neck.
Oh, okay.
He thought it was the turkey penis. he was dry heaving. He was.
Oh my gosh,
they told him. Oh, that's a boy turkey.
Oh no. Oh no, that poor kid. He's gonna be traumatized. He probably never gonna eat turkey again in his life.
Oh, that was so hilarious. That's a little hilarious. So
that is too funny.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna make this statement like I know. Okay. Like I'm in your household. I think the thing you eat most is pasta.
Probably.
Because I think that's the easiest.
It's easy
to keep,
and especially because I had 2 sons and a husband, and whatever neighborhood kid that dropped by, I fed the whole neighborhood. So a big thing of pasta was good for everybody.
Very economical too.
Very economical.
Spaghetti, or even putting something in the oven. Like I never made lasagna though.
Oh, I love lasagna. So I do lazy lasagna now though.
Let me give a shout out to Sharon Colvin. She's been promising me the seafood lasagna for the last, since 2012. and ladies and gentlemen, I have not gotten it yet.
You know what? Do not harass Sharon.
2012.
Love you, Sharon.
13 years.
Whatever.
So when you finally get around to making me that seafood lasagna, I think you should throw some lobster tail in there too.
Oh my God.
Just because. 13 years.
You are a hot mess.
But let's see. For me, I couldn't say because I like so many different things. And I'm trying to change it.
That's what I'm saying. I like so much stuff.
I love seafood and I love my fruit. I love pineapple, mangoes.
Yeah, that's probably what you eat the most.
I do. Yeah.
That's probably what you eat.
And in the summertime, I can eat. I'll get a watermelon. On. Yes. But I think I'm gonna change my diet a bit. But after I make all the recipes I find on Pinterest.
Oh my God! If I waited to do that, I wouldn't be changing anything. I'm a big Pinterest recipe trier. I would try a lot of stuff. I tried this thing, white chicken enchiladas.
Okay.
Holy cow! Those things were delicious. They were delicious, but it is not something that you can eat all the time.
Why?
Because it was calories. Just calories and cholesterol and butter and all of those things. Let me tell you about turkey. The first time I had my parents over to my first apartment, I cooked It was Thanksgiving. And I cooked the turkey and did not take the bag
You didn't?
of things out. And my mother was cutting it, and she was like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's cutting the turkey. She was like, oh my God, you cooked it with the plastic bags.
Hey, but you know what? I bet you that happens to a lot of people more than.
Yes.
So my turkey disaster, right? Because when I was in the Navy, I had my own house, so a lot of my friends would come over, and I used to cook. I cooked big meals. So when it came to holidays, I'm like, I'm gonna make I'm gonna roast a turkey. I'm gonna get some potatoes, make some mashed potatoes, some gravy, I always did canned vegetables though, because I was, wasn't too keen up on that. Right? So we went over a friend's house, and matter of fact, it was Easter.
Okay.
So it was Easter. We didn't have nothing to do. Nobody went home. We went over the house, and they said, "Well, Glass, you gonna cook a turkey?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna cook the turkey." We, doing whatever. And I think I don't know if we was playing spades or whatever. And they kept trying, when that turkey gonna be done? When that turkey gonna be done? I said, "Nah, I'm checking on it, whatever." So I go over there and look. Why somebody turn the oven off?
No. No.
Angie.
No, you're not gonna call her out.
Angie. So matter of fact, I think it was Angie's house, and I said, "Who turned the stove off?" She said, "Well, I thought I was trying to help you out."
Oh no!
Yeah. So
did y'all ever get it cooked?
We couldn't. No, it was getting late. We couldn't do the turkey, so we ended up going out to a restaurant. I'm thinking it's the same time. We ended up going out to a restaurant, and it was a seafood restaurant. This was down in Solomon's Island, Southern Maryland, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And everybody ordering their stuff, and the bill came back. It was like, I'm saying, it was me, Dave. It might have been 4 of us.
Okay.
So
not bad.
One of the guys, let me give you the.
Oh jeez.
So Angie's from Michigan.
Okay.
Right. Steve is from Texas, California. He both back, and Dave is from Maine, Canada, and Maine. Right. So we go over there. Obviously, I'm from Jersey, whatever. So we go up there. We order whatever our favorite stuff, and he orders lobster and market price. So mind you, none of us knew what that meant.
No.
Let me tell you, that bill came. Everybody was silent. Everybody started looking at each other like
who ordered that? Oh no!
It's like who's washing dishes? I'm trying to think. I forgot how much the bill was, but all of us was thinking. We talking about somebody scrambling. We all was scrambling, scraping, trying to get whatever it was. It was like, just like I said, what was this? He's like, it said market. How to know? He's from Canada.
Yeah, so Maine, they cheat.
Exactly.
Oh,
So he was like, "Dang, this ain't Maine." I wonder if he remembers that.
Oh my god!
But we scraped.
It's probably cheaper to order them online and get them here. Oh no!
So we came up with the money because literally we were actually thinking about like how we gonna pay this, or who's washing.
Nobody has a charge card.
Yeah, who's washing? Who's drying? And who's putting away the dishes? So that was one of those adventures, and it was a holiday,
right?
In one of the finer restaurants. It wasn't like Olive Garden. It was one of the finer restaurants.
Oh.
Yeah, so
what a mess. What a mess.
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna say, "Hey, you remember that time?"
What did y'all do with the turkey? Because like if it sat in the stove for a couple of hours,
I don't know what we did with the turkey.
You are
I don't
asking
know
for salmonella.
Maybe we did cook it later on or something, but
Oh my god! So nobody. Okay, you didn't know what market price meant.
No, we didn't know what market. And if they said market price, who buys lobster?
True.
The last lobster I had was back when Subway used to have that imitation lobster on their subs. It wasn't no, $35 a pound. So.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah, it was
too funny. Well, family, market price equals whatever they feel like charging you, and it's usually high. So keep that in mind if you see market price.
Yeah. So we're gonna do actually a full episode on this because we're gonna go check out. Let's say we could do 3 restaurants.
Oh, that sounds good.
And then look at the atmosphere, the prices.
Okay.
Price.
Well, let's start with one for your birthday.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do that. And you pick where you want to go, and we'll go.
I would have to look online because I'm not into.
I'm sorry.
I don't. I eat Taco Bell.
We are not going to Taco Hell for your birthday. We're not doing that. So just suck it up and get online and find a restaurant.
That was a good thing about my son, right? We always used to do birthday dinners for anybody in the household. We do a birthday dinner. You pick where you wanted to go. And my son like, hey, you want to go to Taco Bell? They got the Doritos such and such. She was like, yeah. Now my daughter, she's the bougie one. Like,
okay.
No, it's not your birthday. All right? I want to go. She wants a Japanese steakhouse with a fire.
There you go. Yes.
Drive down to.
I'm with her.
Down to Carolina Kitchen in Lanham.
I'm with her.
Or Hyattsville. Mm-hmm. So
I'm with her. That's right. It's your birthday.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay. So you got time to start thinking about what you want to do for your birthday. Now, we can't do it the weekend because that's the weekend of my grandson's birthday party and my husband's birthday. So
and Godfrey's coming to Baltimore.
Did you get tickets?
Not yet.
I can't afford them.
They're only $40, $35.
Where did you say the tickets were $35?
They're at the Baltimore Comedy Club. If you get the preferred seats, when you're sitting up front,
right,
whatever,
right. I don't need
they're
preferred
like
seats.
$70. No, was it?
Okay, maybe I'm thinking about another comedian I was looking at. Those tickets were $300.
Oh no!
And I was like, I can't afford that.
Godfrey. You know Godfrey? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. When you go to the over there to the comedy club, tickets a little more than $40.
All right.
I even went down to the DC Improv, and that was $40 to see Ari Spears, which was freaking hilarious.
He's funny, but he's a little mean.
He is mean.
He's a little mean for me.
We happened to be, so we sat right up on the stage. Like I said, we could put our feet on the stage.
Okay.
Right? So I was worried about that. I was like, oh, he gonna clown me on my hair,
right, or something. Yeah.
But we had the opportunity to see this lady, a Karen, get up there. Not only did she talk back to him, but she got out of her seat and walked toward the stage. Oh, he let her have it the entire time after that. It was freaking hilarious.
Why would you do that?
Oh,
why would you do that?
He ain't the one to do that.
Not at all.
He ain't the one.
Not at all. And most comedians aren't the one to do that. Stop it. Don't. You cannot handle that smoke. You cannot.
Oh, so before we go, I forget. Valentine's Day's coming up.
Yes, it is.
Ladies, gentlemen, don't be last minute. Come on, get your tickets. It's only $40. You're going to have your food. Huh? It's $45?
I thought it was $45.
Well, check the website.
It's less than $50.
It's less than $50. But what you get the 3 entrees, and the wine. We're going to have a good time and just come on out. As Valentine's Day is an opportunity to, treat your significant other
to something nice.
Yes.
And not overly expensive because they jack up the prices for Valentine's Day.
Yes, and also remember, Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, everything's packed.
Right.
So if you want to be last minute, you can wait till Father's Day. You don't even have to put a
wait till
reservation.
Father's Day.
Yeah, Father's Day. You don't even need a reservation. You just walk right in.
Yeah, restaurants used to be so bad that we used to do our Mother's Day that Monday.
Oh yeah,
with my mom, because it was just too much. It was too much.
I actually bribed somebody. Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh, we was going somewhere, and I saw I hate waiting in line.
Yeah.
So the girl comes out and she's calling people, whatever, and she's by the door and I'm by the door, and it was like a long line. So I'm just standing there by the door because I'm looking to see, and she was like, she might have been a high school girl, I don't know, but I said, hey, I give you $20 to make my my wait shorter.
I know that's right.
And she laughed and she said, "You serious?" I said, "Yup." I slid it at $20. So let me tell you, the people that was right behind us, when they was coming in to get seated, we was walking out.
Oh, they probably was so pissed off.
Yeah.
They probably was so pissed
off. But they didn't know. They didn't know if I had a reservation.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so that worked out.
Yeah.
But you can go to www.hottopix podcast.com, click on the events tab, and there's everything on there. So also, if you would like to join us as a guest, or you want to join the live broadcast, check the events page. We will have that posted there so you can join. We may not give you the opportunity to talk, but you can listen. And hopefully, we didn't mention Felonious.
What about Felonious?
She's not here today.
She's not
we
here
totally,
today.
you know.
You did, yeah.
All
Sorry.
right, well, Flonice is not here today.
I think they figured that part out.
She'll be back. But, you know, you guys join us on our Valentine's Day thing, and check us out for the next episode. And be safe.
Yes, be
and
safe.
Warm.
And warm.
Yes. Oh, by the way, you notice we have a new theme song. I got that royalty free. It's not me. So please enjoy it. As we should do, offer people to play.
We didn't do a word of the day.
Oh, yes. What's the word of the day?
Food.
Food. Okay. Food? Just food?
Just food.
All right. How about pasta?
Pasta, okay.
Yeah, food's too general. I want some pasta too now.
I'm frying fish for dinner. I'm going to try to make some hush puppies.
That's greasy.
I'm going to try it. We'll see.
You don't make any, like, Asian dish?
Get off the radio. Thank you, family. Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.